Have you ever lost the opportunity to do good through your business offerings, or even personally just because of your superstitious beliefs? In today's episode, we will continue from where we left off in the last as we shed more light on how superstitious beliefs limit people from taking opportunities or giving opportunities to others in life and business. While I've been in business for over 15 years and having failed at being successful, I ask that you join me on this journey towards good success, which is to your advantage. Kindly sit as the royalty that you are till the end of this episode, for you will walk away thinking differently to your advantage.
3, 2, 1.
Warm greetings, royalty. Welcome to another episode of the SAVE-TEY Life Series, designed to set you up for good success. So, in the last episode, I showed that because someone who held on to certain superstitious beliefs thought that I held on to the superstitious beliefs of Christianity and began to ghost me and wouldn't even reply to my messages. I have come to realize that those with such childlike mentality often would keep mute at me and my offers. As an Arab person, he might just hold on to grudges against the English people since Christianity is one of their primary superstitions. Anyway, I'm always glad to not do business with such people, as such were the contributors to my failures in the past decade and more of me doing business. So, I thought to myself that I wouldn't want to surround myself with such people since they are unreliable and can even choose to destroy the traction my new business would have gained through them if I didn't tackle these matters at first. This is why Clarify exists. So, if you remember what I shared in the last episode, your choice to go through Clarify sessions if you have need of my services or would want to consume content on business and finance from a different perspective to help you would help me provide for those strangers that I met on the internet, including the Arab one. Since I will be spending $47 each for 2 of them, I would need 100 to 500 clients to get it sorted out. And since I'll have a copy of that course for myself, while the second will be of no use for me to have it, I will give it away in a manner that benefits the original creators of that course while giving it to those who go through my Clarify session, paying the fee for the second session after the first, which costs nothing financially. So, while you help me to help them, you will be helped also, including the people who created that course. Isn't this amazing? So, while I am not a Christian anymore, as I shared in the last episode, I remember reading about Joseph of the Hebrews in the Old King James Holy Bible and realized that while he served the true God of his fathers, which were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he refused to dance to the tune of immorality presented to him by his master's wife in fear of his God, which is the true God of Israel, and was lied against by his master's wife, who thought to punish him for refusal to practice the wickedness of adultery with her. However, it was by design that such happened to Joseph to be locked in prison, which was the right spot for him to be at in order to have the access to serve the most powerful people such as the king of Egypt, which is a moral that I learned from those who treat me poorly because I'm not a Christian or don't want he be a Fran ideology through violence. Your attitude is a setup, as I didn't develop SAVE-TEY Ventures to serve poor people like you. So, I'm here to serve great and mighty people, even kings of nations, wherein there's much profit and less headache that is associated with serving poverty-stricken people that are often blinded by their superstitious beliefs. So, what surprised me in this account was that the king of Egypt of Joseph's time didn't know nor worship the God that Joseph knew and worshipped, but when it came to solving a national problem to save lives which he had seen in a dream to come in the future, and Joseph was presented to solve the problem, which he did solve in theory at first. The king of Egypt didn't begin to suck the breasts of childishness by ghosting or dismissing Joseph just because he wasn't an idol worshiper like him. Rather, he exalted him to the highest of heights in his kingdom, seeing that he had the wisdom to solve the national problem that was to come. So, even the king of Egypt's superstitious beliefs didn't hold him back from saving his nation through the hand of someone who had the ability to solve it, who was of a different nationality and superstitious belief. He didn't even play the racist or do tribalism and nepotism that limits Nigeria's progress in other nations by saying that an Egyptian should be above Joseph and to micromanage him, seeing that he was a foreigner. Rather, he gave Joseph the keys to the kingdom, seeing that he had the ability to see the nation through the hard times that were coming. And I tell you, my dear listener, that such are the kind of people I like to serve and work with, as they don't multiply poverty and chaos by their sentiments. They are open to perspectives that drive results to get us all winning instead of losing. This is why I get everyone through Clarify, so that you can either choose to be a king such as this king of Egypt, or you stay at my left hand which leads to hell. Can you now understand why we call you royalty? Should I talk about the likes of Daniel and Mordecai, who saved great kingdoms of old as Joseph did? So, while I'm not a Christian, I'm not without faith, for I have an understanding of the different religions in this world and certain events to come upon this world which warranted the development of SAVE-TEY Ventures, to save those who would hear the words of reason and other to apply them. It's high time we embraced true manhood and stopped being unkind and unreasonable by hurting others with our so-called superstitious beliefs. Do understand that at the core, SAVE-TEY Ventures is not at its optimal because a lot of funds has to go into developing the technology that will make it redefine agent banking business, even as it is set to do. So, if you buy into my idea which I've shared, let's design your website, let's help you think through your business idea, let's get it branded, and by your contributions, we will be getting things set gradually for the benefit of everyone. Take advantage of our SAVE-TEY focus services. Also, I encourage you to book your Clarify session having gone through these lectures. As a parent, you can begin to get your child ready to handle your business in a way that you can't by getting them enrolled into Clarify. Let's begin to get them ready on your behalf, but it must be one business idea at a time for the fee of $90. As a parent, you can go through the session with them simultaneously at the same cost for an hour. So, get ready for the questionnaires. Kindly note that the first hour of Clarify is of no monetary cost to you. So far, you've gone through this entire series in this playlist. Please, do follow the links in the description to learn more. While we know that Clarify can be intense, and that some of you might need more hours to engage in that process, kindly know that where the paid sessions for the second session of Clarify is $90, we will kindly give you 4 hours of the second paid session, which can be spread into different consecutive days at $500 only for international clients, even though you are a Nigerian living abroad. Meanwhile, for Nigerians living in the homeland, you will get 4 hours that can be spread into 4 different days at 1 hour per day at 500,000 Naira only. Also, for Nigerians living in the homeland, you can utilize gradual pay through SAVE-TEY Focus to make your payments before the session begins. I believe this is fair enough for both you and us, as time is a precious asset, and we want to ensure that you who will be on the hot seat will have enough time to think through the process you will partake of in order to arrive at answers that will help us get to know you and your needs accurately so we can tailor our services to your budget. If you're new here, kindly get in touch with us via the comments section. In the next episode, we will continue with this train of thought as we gradually end this series to get into the next series, which is titled How to Start Your Business. Don't forget that it's going to be a trip to the sun, my dear, but won't be burnt. It's going to be filled with wisdom that will help you lay hold on financial independence as we set you up for good success. So, bye for now, royalty.